Hello. Hey. How's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, coming at you with another live discussion of Pokemon Horizons. This time we'll be talking about episode 50 in today's live discussion, talking about Dot's assessment test with Dot versus Iono, and just giving my general thoughts on the episode and letting you guys give your thoughts. So if you're brand new to the live streams, if this is the first time you're coming across this stream/video, probably after the stream ends you'll be viewing it. But this is kind of the lowdown of what we do here. I usually give it about 5 minutes for people to show up. And either once enough people show up or if we're still waiting for people, I'll at least get started. Giving my thoughts on the episode, just my general thoughts, kind of just give an overall summary of the episode, my thoughts, and then assign a rating. And then I leave it to the chat to let me know what they thought about the episode. And then sometimes we kind of go into other topics too. But we genuinely just stick around Pokemon Horizons and talking about that. So we might talk about some future events that could be happening too in the series. So yeah, if this is something that you're interested in, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and watch to the end. Well, as much as you can. I know that these streams tend to be kind of lengthy, so just watch as much as you can. I'd appreciate it. Also, the music you hear in the background, I gotta mention this every stream, it comes from a separate stream for the Video Game Study Lounge from Game Chops. I just have it for background music, but I usually listen to it when I'm studying, working out, reading, I'm at work, I need something to play in the background while, I'm trying to concentrate on my work. So I got this in the background. It's basically just video game lo-fi remixes and some original stuff mixed in there too. So yeah, I have a link in the description. You should check it out sometime. Kind of just put it on the background. I think you'd enjoy it. But anyways, like I said, we're gonna give it a couple minutes here. See if anyone shows up. Streams have been kind of quiet lately, so I don't know if we're gonna have a large crowd or not. We'll see. Yeah. So if you're here, you can go ahead and say something in the chat if you want to. Don't be shy. I don't bite, so go ahead and say hi or just talk about the episode in general in the chat if you want to. If not, we'll just hang out here. But to those that are joining, I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Where I'm at, it is very nice outside. So I'm definitely going to be enjoying some sunlight once I get done with the stream here. Alright, one more minute and then we'll get started. Whew. Yeah. little warm outside. Hopefully it's not too hot where you guys are at and you're just, enjoying things, We are getting close to summer here, so summer events be happening soon. I think next week's stream is probably going to be at a different time, just because I have something going on next Saturday, so I probably am going to need to move things around. So FYI, well in advance, giving you a whole week's advance. give it one more minute. Hold on 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Anyways, we're gonna get started here. And we're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, I'm gonna give my thoughts on episode 50 of Pokemon Horizons. Crazy that we're 50 episodes into the series. So yeah, we start off the episode with Dot having a live stream. And it seems like she had a little collab with Iono, kind of prepping her upcoming assessment test. But I like how she's like, oh, it's another trainer that just so happens to have a Quaxly. What a coincidence. But yeah, I like that little segment there. But she came up with a strategy in order to counter Iono's Belly Bolt, and she wants to stick with that plan. So she was coming up with she wanted to stick to the plan the whole time. The whole thing about her whole thing is that she's just planning something and she wants to stick to it and doesn't want to break from it. Which we'll find out that changes soon enough. We know how this series goes. But anyways, I like how Murdoch is like the big cheerleader for Dot, and they have this whole thing like planned for her for when they show up to watch her battle Iono, and she's like, "Yep, nope, you're not coming." So they have to stay behind and watch the live stream remotely. So I thought that was kind of funny. Anyways, another thing I thought was kind of interesting is that the explorers are they're spying on Liko, Roy, and Dot, and I like how Clavel actually runs into them. He's like, "Oh, well, you know, your assignments weren't supposed to be in this area. What? Why is that? Why are you here? Oh, it's you just want to just see another student and just how they're like doing. That's so nice of you." And after a while, Sango's like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna go get my food." So that was the explorers' involvement in this episode. But Clavel likes to talk everyone's ear off, and I think it's funny because like they're on their way to, you know, where Dot has to battle Iono at. She has to get signed up, and Clavel shows up and he talks their ear off. So they're like, "Okay, Dot, you go on ahead. We'll just hang out here." And I just like how he talks for them. He talks to them for so long that the battle already starts, which I thought was pretty funny. Alrighty, then we move on to the battle. And so Dot definitely has a really good strategy going on here. Planning on Belly Bolt using Spark a lot and Quaxly dodging. And I like how Dot ends up seemingly getting the upper hand on Iono, but at one point when Quaxly goes to attack, instead of using Spark, Iono uses a Discharge, which Quaxly can't evade. And this is kind of where the battle kind of goes downhill for Dot for a little bit. And she starts to struggle for a little bit too. I like her using low kick to knock, or Quaxly using low kick to knock over Belly Bolt. That was pretty cool. But she uses Slack Off so that Belly Bolt, so all the damage that Belly Bolt is dealt is basically healed. So she's definitely giving Dot a hard time. Hold on. Anyways, where was I at? Well, there was another moment I really liked too, but like the animation was really good in this battle. Like really good. Probably some of the best animation we've seen in Horizons. So that definitely made the battle even better. But I like amidst all this, Dot realizes that she has to come up with something, and she's kind of just running out of ideas. And Quaxly's jumping around in the water, and that's kind of where she's like, "All right, we got to come up with something." And in the midst of this, Quaxly learns a new move in liquidation, which is what I wanted from this battle. I wanted a new move. I knew that Quaxly evolving this soon would have been a little too early, so learning a new move here was the right decision. But I like how it kind of gets... it actually ends up getting the upper hand again, and things are going in Dot's favor. And manages to knock down Belly Bolt, but then, Quaxly terrestrializes, gets the upper hand. Iono terrestrializes Belly Bolt, and unfortunately uses Discharge, and that takes out Quaxly. Despite losing, unfortunately, Dot ends up passing the basic test. So all three have passed their basic tests, and now they have to head back to the academy, but they have to do their reports, as Clavel mentions to them. It's kind of just being like, okay, well, you're on your way back, you gotta do these reports. And they're like, oh yeah, we kind of need to do that. So yeah, that's where the episode ends. So that kind of just sets up the next few episodes, which I think the next few episodes is just going to be the field reports for each character. We get one episode for Liko and Florgato, one episode for Dot or Roy and Wattrell, and then probably one for Dot and Tinkatink. Yes.
Hey, sorry. Just get some water.
Gotcha. Say hi.
Hi, everyone.
So, yeah, we'll probably get an episode with Dot and Tinkatink too, probably for the third research episode. Go ahead.
You're good. Just checking my dudes. My fourth one's shipped already, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Alright, have fun.
Yep. Okay. Anyways, where was I at? So that's kind of just my thought pattern, is that the next 3 episodes are probably going to be like the research for each character. Then we're back at the academy. But anyways, back to the episode at hand. I think that this may be one of the best episodes of Horizons. Despite the fact I didn't like the outcome, I feel like after terrestrializing, I feel like Quaxly should have at least tried to invade that discharge, but I guess it was too powerful for it, and it is a bad matchup between the two. But overall, this was a strong episode in my opinion. Probably good for a 9 out of 10. In my opinion, it's very solid. Why are people saying it's lower than 5? Are we getting some trolls in here? Are we really calling this a bad episode? Guys, come on now. For the 2 people that voted for that. Anyways, that's my thoughts. What do you guys think? I actually should get caught up in the chat. Okay, just finished this episode. Was so freaking good, even if Dot lost. She's proven she's the best of the 3 in general and battle-wise, at least. What's up, Pokefan? Thank you for being here. Clawliz, hi, what's up? Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you're doing well. This episode was fun, agreed. This episode... Yeah, this episode, Fizz. Isn't it your favorite? But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. This one was really good. Like I said, the animation was great in this episode. It was great. I do like that Dot realized that she had a plan for this whole battle, but you gotta expect the unexpected, and that's kind of just what happened here with Quaxly learning a new move. That kind of just shifts everything. But still, Iono was not making it easy, and she was kind of going up against Dot's assessments, and showing that, you can't always just rely on that. You kind of just need to, again, expect the unexpected. So, yeah, a very solid episode, in my opinion, at least. I really enjoyed this one. The budget knows how to go hard when necessary. Yep. Really good. I just don't think it's the best episode of Horizon. I don't think it's the best one either. I'd probably say it's a contender for top 3. Probably. I still think episode 45 is probably the best one. I do think Captain Pikachu episode was also like probably number 2, and this might be a contender for number 3. So I say it's probably like a solid 9 in my opinion. Hey, T. Henry 12, what's up? Welcome in. I just finished the episode and my word, Dot just became my favorite character out of the 3 evolving. It was too early, so learning a new move made sense. Also, the OG battle theme remix was great. Yeah, that's a great point. I forgot to mention that. They actually remixed the Kanto battle theme. Well, the trainer battle theme. Or was it the gym leader battle theme, I think? I believe so. If so, that was really cool. I was not expecting to hear that in this battle. That was cool. I still think 16 is number 3. Oh, for me at least. That's fine. That's fair. That one's up there, too. I don't know where I'd rank that one. That might be top 5, at least, for me. I'm just saying this is a contender for, like, my 3rd best. Honestly, Quaxley not evolving yet is good. Good for me, although it's splashing and dancing around in the puddles is definitely a clue sign. I also like the fact that Dot mentioned earlier in the episode that Bellybolt, observed that Bellybolt's fully evolved and it's electric type. Quaxley's unevolved and it's a water type, so that's like the worst case scenario for Dot. So she had a massive uphill battle this episode. Really. I feel like, again, I think I mentioned this in my discussion video. I feel like this is going to be more of the Sprigatito backstory episode, kind of where it's it hints at Quaxley's future evolution, but it doesn't happen here, and rather it learns a new move. And I think this was the best decision to make because, well, it didn't have a lot of moves. It only had 3 moves, and it's got its 4th move now, which is great. And Liquidation, and looking at Quaxley's moveset, that is the last move it learns. So, yeah. I would not be surprised if the next major episode that Quaxley's involved in, and it ends up evolving in the Quaxwell. So, yeah. I just feel like this is more so kind of just set up for a future evolution probably. Though also those billboards don't help with Quaxwell and Coco's evolution being kind of just front and center there. Kanto theme was great despite me not having nostalgia for it. Curse you, tiny phone keyboard. Pokemon franchise that's older than me. Oh, really? Nice. Some of us old school fans remember the days. Where it all began. But yeah, it was really nice to hear. Kind of going back full circle there a little bit. At least he's not water flying. Yeah, that would have one hit with an electric move and you're just done. Gyarados versus Pikachu. Pikachu wins. I actually like that Dot lost because it makes total sense from a realistic perspective, which Horizons has been doing a lot of. I mean, it kind of makes sense, considering the matchup right there. The really That's going to be a really tough one for Dot to overcome. I do think some people are probably going to be upset that Dot didn't win. And the way it is kind of interesting that Liko and Dot lost, but Roy won. Then again, in Roy's case, he already faced off against Brassius once, so him losing again would have frustrated people. So I can see why they had him win. Not to mention he has gotten stronger since their first encounter. So there's that. So I guess what's next, I think, like I mentioned earlier, is that I think the next 3 episodes are gonna involve their research or whatever, they have to write papers or something, which Clavel mentions at the end of the episode. So they're heading back to the academy, but they each got to do their assignments. So Liko's got an episode, Forgato, Roy's got the episode with Watchfrel, and then Dot, probably Tinkatink, because it's due for an episode at this point. Hatena kind of really needs something here soon, though. The writers probably wanted to give Roy a win out of pity. I don't know if it's out of pity. I feel like he kind of needed to win that one. Otherwise, it would have probably frustrated people. Imagine if Dot revealed she secretly stuck an evil eye on Quaxley just for this battle. That would be interesting, but in a way, I don't know if Dot would do something like that. Unless she really wants to, give herself a challenge. It just makes me wonder when Quaxley and Voikoko are going to evolve. If Quaxley isn't evolving here, is Voikoko going to evolve first? Or Quaxley? But yeah, it's more interesting than annoying as to the girls losing. Yeah, I think in terms of the battles here, I think even though I really like Roy's battle, I think Dot's battle with Iono kind of takes the cake. I think it was, honestly, I think it got better as they went along, personally. I really do think a Tinkatink focus episode focused on her learning a new move at least would be fun. Speaking of her, I need to buy the plush. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need it to get a little bit of development. Like it's the most recent capture, but at this point it's due for something. It's been over 10 episodes since its capture, so it's gonna need to do something here very, very soon. So long as sexism is involved. Oh boy. I was kidding. Gotcha. I figured you were. I was gonna say we're about ready to open up a little bit of a can of worms there. But you're good. You're good. Whew. So now that we've kind of talked about the episode, what are your thoughts going into the next episode? Next week's episode kind of feels like more of a standard, Pokemon episode, kind of in between, destination kind of thing. Even though they're doing their, research, and it's obviously tied to what they need to do for school, it does kind of give off that old school Pokemon vibes where it's like, okay, we're on our way to the next gym, or we're on our way to the next city to do our next task. So, in this episode, this happens, kind of thing. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Hoping that Florgato learns a new move too. We all be getting up new moves up in here, so let's give Florgato a new move. Give her a strong move. Would be nice. Quaxley now has 4 moves, and Florgato has, well, I think 4. Give me 1 second. Computer was acting up just now. Alright, we're good. My thoughts for moves are either fairy move or a steel move, rock move, or ice move, or ice hammer for Tink-a-Tink. Gotcha. So many options. Also, this episode further pushes the theory I had about early drafts of Horizons having Dot to be the second protagonist, but executives didn't want that, so they added Roy as second, but staff still gets their cake to eat. Possibly. I've been kind of watching the dub sparingly, and I've gotten caught up to like episode 7, and it's kind of interesting because you get like the first 3 episodes for Liko, the next 3 episodes, introduces Roy. And although Nido thing existed from episode 1, episode 7 and 8 kind of, get us really acquainted with Dot. So, kind of just one after another kind of thing. I don't know. It was an interesting way, but they do kind of have her as a... She kind of feels more like a main character now. She's definitely more of a main character than Koharu. Yeah. Just saying. I think next week seems interesting to say the least. I mean, that's why I said early drafts. Early drafts could have been entirely different. True. That could be the case. Maybe we'll get some more information down the road, but maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, for next week's episode, I know one of the one of the leakers for the episodes didn't particularly care for the episode, but hopefully it ends up being a good one. I just want a new move or something. Like anything. Like, give me something. Seed Bomb would be cool. Energy Ball. Play Rough. Something. Something, anything. We can get rid of Scratched, at least. I heard about said leaker. Yeah. They clearly knew what was going on in this episode, so they pretty much know well in advance. They did this during the Journeys era, too. I'm surprised whenever a Pokemon tears, especially a small one, they don't struggle a little bit with balance since they just had a huge amount of weight added to their head. Yeah, that's... I haven't thought about that. You feel like they just fall over. Must not weigh a whole lot then. Maybe it's super light. And this is a bit of bias there. I've seen past tweets from the person that they aren't a fan of Horizons. Yeah, I'm aware. I think they called Horizons boring at one point. And that was during that period of time where it was cool to hate Horizons. during late 2023 when the series kind of got past the first 25 episodes. And suddenly everyone came out of the woodworks to be like, yeah, Horizon sucks. It's mid. It's so boring right now. I mean, just because it had a few episodes that were kind of, you know, average, doesn't mean it just, like, completely fell off. No, not Scratch. It's the most important move, said no one. At least give it Slash. I'll take Slash at this point. Slash is, like, a significantly, like, better than frickin' Scratch. I don't mind it keeping Quick Attack, though. Could be like Pikachu, utilizing Quick Attack. So when they say an episode is not interesting, that really doesn't mean much. Yeah. They only said like one thing about the episode, so I wouldn't take what they said too much to heart. But they clearly, when it comes to like giving specifics out for certain episodes, like this one for example, they're spot on. So they are a reliable leaker in that regard. Just watch the bias. Honestly, I never really had a problem with Horizons being mid or below average. And it hasn't really been. There's been a couple episodes that I haven't cared for, but like that's pretty much every Pokemon series. You're gonna have your set of episodes you're not gonna like. That's what happens when you have a long-running series. You're gonna have episodes that are clearly, you know, just there to kind of fill in the time, so to say. But when you get episodes like this that are more important for the characters, you know, you can bet that they're gonna, you know, go all out in the animation department or like just writing department or anything. Also, I am looking forward to next week. I'm interested to see what's coming up next. I think the Wattrell episode is the one I'm kind of keeping my eye out for. Because this could be a pretty important episode for the little burb who definitely and desperately needs it. We're less than 2 weeks away from that episode too, so yeah. Exciting times. Hold on. I need a water. Is this Twilight Princess? Ordon Village, yes it is. Despite people's qualms with her moveset, Florgato is one of my favorite characters. I mean I like the character. I don't have problems with it. It's just I do think it needs like to up its moveset a little bit here. How much y'all wanna be people will clickbait thumbnails with Quillatero going? Wattrell evolved. You know, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it Wattrell, and you're gonna see the arrow pointing to its evolution. Be like, guys, it's totally happening. It's going to happen, guys. Oh my god, or it'll be something like, oh my gosh, it's gonna evolve. I got inside information, guys, from my uncle's, brother's, cousin's, nephew's, niece's, great grandpa's, twin brother's, son that works at Nintendo, who told me so. And it's specifically Nintendo, and not the actual, you know, studio that, you know, does these episodes. Because they clearly have all the information locked away. You know, that's kind of why I made the video, my last video, I said, could Quaxley evolve in episode 50, and not saying Quaxley is going to evolve in episode 50. Very big distinctions there. And I only said that just because the summary didn't come out, but it's clear that the unexpected moment was Quaxley learning a new move. That was the spoiler, not it evolving. It's all about speculation, you know. And then look, I already learned my lesson with that whole thing. Back when, I remember back when everyone was like, oh, like one of the people was like, oh, look, Ash is going to catch Sobble. So me, earlier on, kind of falling for that, put out a video about, oh yeah, it looks like, Ash is going to catch Sobble. Makes sense. And then we get closer to the episode and it's like, oh, Ash caught, Galarian Farfetch'd. Well, goes catching Sobble, and everyone got mad at me, so I already learned my lesson with that whole thing. Which is why I'm very careful about the types of information I put out there. And usually I don't say something until I know for sure now. Otherwise, I might get myself into trouble again. I knew it wasn't going to. Yeah, I always felt it was a little too... I kind of kept saying that. I'm like, I think it's a little too soon for it to evolve. I think a new move would probably suit it better at this point, since it only has 3. Liquidation is its the last move Quaxley learned, so that could be a hint that we get that evolution soon afterwards. Weird thought, but... Could Pokemon get fleas, or the Pokemon equivalent to a flea? That's a good question. I have no idea. I almost feel like I create your flea Pokemon. Oh wow, Nick, you actually liked the episode? 9 out of 10? Good to see you've come onto the light side here. But regardless, if Florgato learns a new move, we at least get some development for Lico's Mond, which was needed after not getting much of the late. That is true. I think, but I do, like, as much as I'm kind of excited for Florgato development, we really need to do something with Hatena here soon. Like, it desperately needs something just as bad as Wattrell, in my opinion, at this point. And especially if we're like a third of the way through the series, we might want to, get it a new move or like get it involved or have it evolve or something. That way, Liko just doesn't have her kitty do everything. I didn't know about your channel back then, but I wouldn't have been mad. I would have thought the same. Yeah, I was a lot smaller back then. Not that I'm like bigger, like this big channel, but I believe I only had maybe like 200 subscribers at that time. Going back 4 years, yeah, I only had like 200 subs, so I was a little small channel back then. And I'm still pretty much a small channel now. Having 1,000 or almost 1,500 subs is still like, in the grand scheme of things, like a little blip out there on the YouTube sphere. So I've gradually moved up over time. So it's been an interesting run so far. But yeah, that was back in the day when I did episode reviews for the Journeys. Fun times. I mean, electric Pokemon deal with Joltik. There's actually an official Yamper plush with a Joltik attached to its bum, sucking electricity. Oh, that is a good point. But oh, a little weird, eh? I think it's been made clear that they will take its time to develop the kids' mon, since it's likely none of them will have a full team. If you think about it, collectively they have a team of 6. Currently, yeah. I would like at least one more Pokemon for each one of them at a minimum, so they have like at least a three Pokemon team. Would be nice, but who knows what their plan is. People totally aren't going to get mad about that and, complain online. Am I right? Or am I right? Or am I right? Am I right? Or am I right? Or am I right? Not something I'd buy. Good thing it's Japanese exclusive. Yep. Makes sense. I won't complain because, one, Horizons is its own thing. That's true. Yeah, I absolutely could not stand it just being the starters and then their second mons to a degree. Trapagos with Liko. And to a degree, Trapagos with Liko. I just think maybe we could get like one more for each one of them. At least round it out. Would be nice. I guess that would be my expectation. If we're not going the, they're going to get a full team route, then do that. And it's not like other characters had, a team of 6 too. Serena only had 3 Pokemon, for example. The Sun and Moon gang, only Ash had a full team. All of the characters like Kiawe had 2 Pokemon. Alana had 2. So it's just not gonna have they're not gonna have a ton of Pokemon. So there's that. I think people just kind of look at the main characters and be like, why don't they have a full team? Then again, Horizons does its own thing, and it's not like Liko's going to be champion of the Paldea region or something. It's clearly not her goal. But hey, the anipoke community isn't going to complain about that, are they? 3-4 mons would work, and the characters that are recurring, that is true. The admins, the explorers, don't have a full set of team. Maybe Lucius, or not Lucius, Gibeon will have a full team or something like that. And they have to face off against them or something, who knows. Could be the case. I always make team predictions every once in a while, and I'll post my thoughts for this after the streamed. For this arc after the streamed. Okay. Yep, just put it out on the Discords. I do have an obligation after the stream, but at some point I'll be sure to look out for it. I was wondering what that noise was, but was that the stream? That's interesting. Kind of threw me off there. Okay, trying to think what else I got here. We're about 45 minutes in. It would make sense for Lucius and Gibeon to be the only ones with a full team. True. That's kind of. I guess that would kind of be thematically like would make sense since Lucius has his heroes and we're gathering all of them, and then Gibeon has a team to kind of counter them. So that would make a little bit of sense there. I personally have always wanted a Metheo to get a Sharpedo, but Mighty G had one, so now I'm stuck trying to think of a good aquatic mon since he has Sewerage for land and Corviknight for sky. I would like another Pokemon for a Metheo, honestly. You know, you'd think they'd be like, you know, I gotta get stronger, you know. Maybe I should expand my team. But, nope. I'll just make my one Mon stronger and then use my other one for flying purposes only. Because that's what it's used for. Get it? Hold on. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta take this phone call. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had a phone call I had to take there. Oh. Anyways, I said everything I wanted to say, so I gotta go, so bye. Alright, Clawless, well, thank you once again for joining. It's a pleasure always. I appreciate it, so hopefully we'll see you in the next one. So I hope you have a great rest of the weekend and rest of the day. At that. And my fan series, I am giving a Metheo one and other Mon eventually. I'll think of something to write in. I'm mainly following Horizons a lot, but with differences here and there to be original to see some what if ideas. Gotcha. So before I go any further, I just want to say I got probably just 10 more minutes left, and then I gotta wrap the stream up. Just based on my phone call here, I have someone that is stopping by the house, so. But I do have a little bit of time here, so we got probably up until, you know, we hit 1 o'clock my time, so. Yeah. Not to kind of just rush people, rush you, but yeah, just letting you know. We got a little bit of time here. I was just taken a little bit back by that phone call. Okay, anything else we want to talk about before we get towards the end here? I know you were talking about like your what other Mons people should have. What other Mons do you think that like Sango or Onyx would have? Sango, she's got Glalie, but I think she could have something else that would fit her personality or chaotic personality. I feel like she has a Gen 3 Mon. There's another Gen 3 Mon I was thinking of for her, but Loudred or something. I don't know. She needs a Vigoroth, no question. Yeah, that actually works. Another Gen 3 Mon. That would be funny. I don't know, I feel like maybe another Pokemon for the Explorers would be nice. Maybe just a surprise. I can see Onix with Kabutops. Yeah, that'd actually fit. Or another fossil Pokemon too. As for Agate, it's hard to say. I think the problem is Agate hasn't had a whole lot of screen time, so it's kind of difficult to assess kind of like what would fit her character or not. She's the one explorer that we haven't really gotten a whole lot with. Rebska? Maybe. But again, yeah. Probably need something with her. I'm hoping that we get like a conflict with her. Like we got a little bit in episode 44, and then her becoming a teacher at the academy in episode 46. But besides that, her screen time has been very limited compared to the other explorers. So I kind of feel like we need to kind of like get to know her a little bit more before we figure that out. That's just me though. I'm trying to think what else I got. But, yeah, it's kind of just hard to say. Admittedly, right now that we're done with the assessment test, I'm kind of drawing a blank as to what they could do next, or what's going to happen next. I feel like after these research assignments, we'll probably be at the academy, maybe for a little bit. More than just a single episode. Maybe we have a mini arc in there within this whole terrestrial debut chapter. Spinel already has a set of 3, so I'm good with that. Yeah, that's a good point, so he can keep his 3 Pokemons. And Hamber doesn't seem like he needs anything because he's just a butler. Yeah, he's kind of just there just to kind of just serve the explorers. Not really be like a super powerful battler. But yeah, where did my phone go? Oh. Yeah. But as for Conan and Zur, my only hope is evolving Rhydon to Rhyperior. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have any hope for those two. I'm sorry. I just can't see them doing a whole lot, unfortunately. They are grunts after all, so I don't really expect them to do anything. It's not like they're the OG Team Rocket. And they're clearly not valued as much, so yeah, there's that. Maybe I'll put a question here when I get a second here, maybe later today or like tomorrow or something. Because I'm curious to see what people think is coming up next after these episodes leading up to us going back to the academy. We passed the basics, so I wonder what the intermediate test is going to be like. Who knows? Well, I got to go eat lunch. Good luck with the meeting. Visit. Gotcha. Well, thank you once again, PokeFan, for joining. I appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Okay, well, seems like everybody's gone now, so I think we can wrap this up. And I got somebody on their way here, so I got to wrap this up anyways before they just show up, and here I am streaming. So let me go. I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. We got 9 votes. I don't know why 2 people voted lower than 5. Anyways, we're gonna end the poll. 10-9 still won the poll. Got 2 votes for lower than 5 and 1 vote for 8-7. So yeah. Alright, well, we can go ahead and bring this to a close. So anyways, guys, if you're still here, thank you so much for joining me. We'll be, I don't know. I said last time we'd be doing a Monday stream, so I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'll consider that. Getting a little busy these days. But next Thursday is going to be important. We're going to be starting our next Let's Play on the channel, as the Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door comes out on the 23rd. And I will be picking it up that day, and I will begin streaming it that day. There's a lot of excitement around this one, since this one's one of my favorite games of all time. So we're definitely doing a stream for that. I don't know how much we're going to be able to do it over Memorial Day weekend. I still have a Horizon stream to kind of fit in here and there. And I mentioned earlier, next week's Horizon stream is not going to be held at noon on Saturday. I don't know exactly when, but it might be later in the day. I am busy next Saturday, or at least the first part of next Saturday, so I am unavailable for the stream. So I will figure out in time when that stream will be. Probably later in the day, that day. More than likely. So I wanted to give you guys a big heads up before we got to next weekend. You're like, oh, where's the Horizon stream? Well, it's not happening. So I will figure something out, and I'll probably like make a post or something, a community post, just letting you know, hey, it's going to be this time. But yeah, that pretty much is all I have. So yeah, just look forward to some streams next week. And hopefully we get some new episode titles here, or summaries, probably in the next week or so, since we've only got 2 more episodes. But yeah, anyways, guys, we're going to end it here. So if you're still here, thank you so much for joining. Have a great day or night wherever you're at. And I will see you all later. Bye.